Um, I'll just ask that we invite ourselves once again into the inner kingdom and queendom. Welcome, self, into the inner kingdom and queendom, both of them. And I'm going to suggest a particular image for this. Picture a very fine red thread, which is spiraling very, very slowly from, let's say, your right foot, coming up, spiraling around to your left foot, moving slowly, easefully around your body. This red thread rising from the ground, from your feet, from the earth. And whatever meaning you attach to it, and it could be many meanings or none, it's moving an energy, which is, I think, going to be really good to move. So if that feels true, the red thread can keep moving. Let's say, well, it could be faster or slower. Mine is going pretty slowly around my shins, back around my calves. Yours might be moving differently, but just giving a for instance. Red thread coming up just below my knees. Creating this wonderful spiral of intention, energy, light. And if you feel like having meaning around it, it could be the fine line between sovereignty and imposition, having freedom and having responsibility. Or it could simply be a movement of something unknown. My threads up around the tops of my legs, around my thighs, moving around behind my hips. Slowly moving upwards. And however this is most meaningful for you, you can let it be that. My spiral's coming in front of my belly button. Moving around behind my kidneys. Up to the center of the chest. It could also be considered an integration of the energies of divinity and humanity. If you feel like being really exalted about it. My thread continues to move up behind my heart, around the lower part of my shoulders, coming across the front of my lower part of my neck. In a beautiful movement. Up around the back of the head. Just past my right ear. Coming in front of my eyes. left ear, above the temples, moving up above the head. Sewing things together, so to speak. And the end of your thread can go wherever it is drawn to go. Maybe it finds an endpoint above your head, or maybe it continues moving off into the infinite. Again, if you didn't have any judgment about it, what would it do? Understanding that nothing's better or worse. If you're like me, it continues to unfurl, coming up from the earth, going up to the infinite. And this can have many meanings. Again, I'm not going to go into that super deeply at this moment. I just wanted to help us move the energy. Whenever you feel this has happened to your complete satisfaction, you can release it and carry it with you. If it serves your highest purposes, let it go. If it doesn't, and you don't have to wonder about it, your heart just knows. Find yourself back in your present place, in your present body, not necessarily having the visualization continue, although it may do that. And you may find that this is going to poke up in other things. Just FYI, you might be in something that feels completely unrelated, and this thread is going to show up again, probably for most of us. So just something to be aware of. And it's going to link together different areas of experience, I believe. Yeah. And certainly helps those of us who are on the disclosure path about archonic abuse and all that stuff. But even if you're not on that particular path, it should be really useful for a bunch of things. Yeah, and whenever you're ready, you can pop out into consensus reality where we don't typically spend time moving imaginary images around or